you said, my title is Pro Scout, so I travel all over North America, and we scout all pro games. We do cover all the NHL, all the AHL, and as much as the ECHL as we can cover. So it's a lot of responsibility, and it's good. You know, it's a challenge. It was new and refreshing when I got out of coaching, and you know, I've enjoyed my time.
Now, as a scout, a lot of them are kind of assigned regions: East Coast, West Coast, Canada, overseas, in Europe. For you, what's kind of your region that you cover?
We don't have regions. Every team does it a little differently, and we cross over, and you know, we'll put together a monthly schedule and submit it to our director, and he'll oversee it. And if it looks like something we want to go ahead with, or they'll tweak it, maybe they'll have you go track a player of some interest in a different town. So they'll put us pretty well anywhere. We go coast to coast in North America. So it's a lot of ground travel, but at the end of the day, and you see a lot of games, and you got to know all your players. That's the important thing.
As a former goaltender with the Stingrays, do you find yourself looking at professional goaltenders and possible prospects for the Washington Capitals more so than defense or forwards?
Not more so, but it's part of my responsibility. I mean, they value my opinion in goaltending, so I obviously take it very seriously, and you know, anytime they ask me for my input, you know, I put that input in, and they can take it from there. But I do, you know, it's as far as on our scouting staff, on the pro side, I have a lot of responsibility with these goaltenders.
Now, for you, of course, coming from the Stingrays, what made you decide to be a professional scout? Of course, you were a goaltender, then an assistant coach, then the head coach. What made you want to leave that coaching ranks and kind of look towards another direction?
Well, it's kind of the way it worked out. Joe was really it was a different way of getting here. I retired from coaching, and at the time, I just kind of stepped back from the game, and I was approached by the Washington Capitals to come on board, and it was an honor, and it was very flattering actually at the time, and still is. But so they asked me to come on board, and I was new to it, and after being in the ECHL and coaching for 9 years, you really got to learn the players, you know, because now you get focused, like I said, more on the AHL and NHL. So there was a learning curve, but it's been a challenge. I've enjoyed it, and you know, our goal up here, you know, nothing changes. It's to win championships every year, and we've had some success in Hershey, and we've had a lot of success in Washington as well. But our goal is to win a Stanley Cup, and you know, South Carolina, and you know, being our second-tier affiliate, they've done a good job down there. Coach McLean's done a great job, as did Coach Bednar, and you know, winning a Kelly Cup, it goes to show the job they've done.
Now, the Stingrays have 5 guys in this camp: a goaltender, defenseman, and 3 forwards. Now, for you, you've probably seen them the most out of maybe any of the scouts here so far. For you, what kind of report are you looking for out of those 5 gentlemen?
Well, I think, you know, right now we want to see where they stand up to our prospects. We have draft picks in camp here, we have free agents in camp, and we want to see where their developments, you know, how they've done from a year ago. And all these guys like Jake Cosworth and Trevor Bruss, they were here last year, Holtby, and we can kind of compare, you know, what strides they've made over the past year, and you know, and see their commitment in the off season, because a lot of times in the off season people think that the hockey players just relax and go fishing or do whatever, but you've got to stay in good shape, and we bring them in here in July. We test their body fat, we test bike tests, and see where they are and to the levels, and we'll do it again in September and see if, you know, how hard they've worked. And, you know, if they come into camp in shape, it gives them a good opportunity to make the hockey play. So, you know, where they land or where they start at the end of the season, I mean, it's in their hands. I mean, we just want to evaluate and see where they're at. And everyone's done a great job. We're really happy with it so far.
You mentioned the job that head coach Cale McLean has done for the Stingrays. One of them he has found kind of a diamond in the rough, if you will, coming from the University of Maine, David DeCastroza. He was invited to the Washington Capitals camp. What kind of decision was it to kind of bring him on board as an invitee, and what kind of a job has he done so far on the ice this week?
He's opened some eyes. I think he's done a great job, and this is, you know, I didn't get a chance to see him down in South Carolina because of traveling, but when what he's done here, he's opened some eyes and he's played hard, and you know, I think you know, the more we learn about him, the more familiar we get with him, it's going to be better for him. So this is what this camp's all about. It's about getting an opportunity and making the most of it, and he's done that so far.
Now, with the NHL entry draft behind us and this camp ending on Saturday, for you, what's the next job responsibility that you have before the season starts?
Well, we have to fill out our roster in Washington. We have to fill out our roster in Hershey, and you know, we're trying to sign free agents, and we're getting close to a conclusion on that, and finding some depth players too. So really just a lot of phone calls and talking with agents, and a little bit of downtime too. This is kind of our slow time of the season after this camp's over.
And that was going to be my next question, of course. On a personal note, of course, it seems like your season is constantly going. You're looking at players during the season, of course, in the off season, the camps, it just picks right back up. And it also doesn't hurt that Hershey made it all the way to the finals and ended up winning. For you, have you been able to find any time for downtime, make it back to South Carolina or possibly back home in Canada?
Yeah, we get some downtime, and after this camp, we'll more just focus on family. And I mean, that's, our GM, George, he stresses families and the importance of it. And, we travel all winter long, so in the summer, we like to, appreciate some time off. And, I got a 4-year-old son, and he's kind of getting into everything now as far as the sports go. And so it'll be some good time spent with him.